Well, hey leaders, look at me, in the heart of France. I'm in Orquevaux, France, Orqueuvaux, and that's the Chateau Orquevaux behind me, built in the late 1800s. I'm here on a residency, a writer's residency. My wife is on an artist residency in France. She's up in that beautiful building creating, and I'm here writing my second book about my veterans transition, but also taking some great opportunities to talk about leadership. And what a great spot this is, a place of beauty and peace to talk about battlefield patience. You know, that building back there used to be a headquarters for the German Army in World War II, and it's just a lot of history in this place. So what a great spot. Let's get right to it. Battlefield patience. In the Army, we use the term battlefield patience because there was a leader in the echelon that needed to display that level of patience and thought, even in times of crisis, like a firefight, where everything was lots of noises going off, weapons being fired, artillery being called in. Somebody in that echelon needed to be the leader with patience to help that organization think through that problem, even in a rapid pace like it was. And so that's what battlefield patience was all about. It was just exercising that patience, not trying to slow things down where you couldn't, but to be that person in the echelon to help that organization get through it. I'm going to give you a few things to think about here. The first is a good foundation that can help you in times of crisis. You know, have a set of priorities. You know, an event happens, it sounds like a crisis. Is this part of our priorities? No, it's not. Okay, then it probably isn't. A set of drills maybe to deal with things that might come up. A really bad call or feedback from a customer, and I imagine that's one of your priorities. How do you deal with that? What are the steps you go through? Who gets informed? And what are the things you do when that occurs? Or risk management, things that you might see as risk. You know, okay, we may alienate a few of our customers with this new product line. If we do that, or how are we going to mitigate that? What are the mitigating steps? All foundational things you can do so that when crisis comes, you can deal with it better. But try these three things. The first one is your demeanor, and that's probably the most important. Somebody rushes into your office and they're panting, "Oh, boss, oh my God, the sky just fell." You know, the worst thing you could do is, "What?" and stand up and rush outside, right? You don't want to emulate that kind of excitement and emotions. Okay, the sky just fell. Tell me more. Maybe stand up, you know, somewhat quickly and move to the point of the problem while you're being briefed en route, you know, things like that. But your calm demeanor will save the day in crisis situations like that. This isn't to say that you slow things down and try and delay something that can't be delayed, but your calm demeanor is everything. And if you get excited and show that, then your organization will emulate that. And that's not what you want. Next thing to think about is who to assemble. You know, a lot of times it's really good to have somebody nearby that's got some longevity in the organization. You know, they can say, "Hey, boss, think about this. This happened. Something like this happened 3 years ago. Here's some things to think about as we, you know, resolve this problem." But as you move into that problem, or you're thinking about that problem and that crisis, think about who you might want to assemble around with you. And the last thing is have a few tools nearby. Maybe that crisis quad. You can pull that up on Google. It's pretty good. It talks about, you know, urgency, not a lack of urgency, or not urgent, crisis, not crisis. Different pieces of the quad you could fill in pretty rapidly to determine what you've got on your hands in terms of a problem. So, more on this? Pick up a copy of my book. It's personal, not personnel. Leadership Lessons for the Battlefield and the Boardroom. Have a look at my website, robcampbellleadership.com, and hopefully that can help you and your organization that you lead deal with crisis. Make it personal.